All right, we got the division round with the Texans against the Chiefs. Before I get started, I'm trying to get more subscribers, so I'd love you to subscribe if you like what you're listening to. Let's go ahead and get into this. Kansas City is favored by 7.5, and I tell you what, I this is a hard one for me, and so I think Kansas City is going to win, but I'm going to pick the Texans to beat the 7.5 point spread. And I'll walk you through why. So let's just go through the model. Overall on the season, when you take everything all together, the simulation gives Houston a 58% chance of winning, which again that just correlates to a 2 point spread. When you come over here to the right and you look at the raw scores, 21-17, I kind of want to point out the strength of, and we're not used to seeing this. The strength of the Kansas City team is not where we're used to seeing it with their offense, but rather it's with their defense. Okay. Now the thing I'll point out, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. These numbers here don't reflect on Patrick Mahomes; they reflect on the whole rest of the offense. And so with that, uh, the thing is Travis Kelce has been looking better. They're starting to you can tell that they're doing better at scheming to get things together. But keep in mind they're going against a very good Houston defense, and let's be honest, a mediocre Houston offense. So I like CJ Stroud as much as anyone else does. The fact of the matter is he's been contained this year. I think part of that's been because of who they've had around him. But when we just come down here, let's just look. It was only a few weeks ago that Kansas City beat Houston by 8 points, which most likely is what's driving the 7.5 point spread. Which is we know Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. It's a home game, and that's when Patrick Mahomes really shows up. But when you look at the numbers, and again, it's always you just got to kind of look at this. Look at the numbers. It's also saying, hey, the model has been underestimating Kansas City as well, particularly of late. So with that, I think it's going to be closer than 7.5 points. Really, what it boils down to. Let's take a look at the next slide here. So the simulation shows that the performance of these should be pretty close to equal. It's showing some of these upward numbers here for possibilities for the Kansas City rushing game. And they've got a dominant offensive line, and when they can get out, and I think that's part of the path that they have this year. They've got an excellent offensive line. They've got two excellent rushers in the backfield, and then likewise, when you come over here, you're not seeing that upward possibility. Which, and by the way, we all know that even though it's not showing the upward projection for Kansas City for passing, as long as Patrick Mahomes is in there, he could put up 400 yards, even if he doesn't have a top end receiver to do it. A couple things though is it showing a propensity for these sacks over here? Anytime you start getting sacks, you start seeing these interceptions, and that's what we saw this last weekend with Houston and the Chargers. They're getting pressure on Herbert, and I'm not going to equate Mahomes to Herbert, but once you start getting pressure put on that quarterback, if guys aren't open, they're pushing to make an opening, and that's when you get interceptions. And then I would also point out that in the offense, when you just come down here, just look at that upward explosion. So if CJ Stroud can control the ball, or their defense can somewhat contain, particularly just not give Patrick Mahomes easy passes. They can keep pressure on him, take away Travis Kelce. This game can be close. Ultimately, I think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are going to find a way to win. That's what they do. However, until then, until I see that that they have developed or found some other dominating players, I think it is going to be a closer game than 7.5 points. So anyhow, again, if you like what you listen to, subscribe and drop me a note. Thank you.